All right, people. Let's start winding down, start getting ready to chat some movie news. Because, y'all, there's a lot to cover today. But, man, the biggest story out of this week, the biggest story out of this week was that Marvel live stream, y'all. 5 hours. They had us in a chokehold for 5 hours, y'all. 5 hours. They had people tuning in, and I think it was something like 200 million people tuned into this live stream, whether it was the whole time in and out. But first and foremost, before we dive into all that, I want to thank you guys. This is Geekly Goods Roundup episode 100, baby. Now, there's 52 weeks in a year. That means we've been going for a solid couple years now. There's been a couple times where we've done a few streams a week. But, guys, thank you so much. This has been phenomenal. I want to give a special quick shout out to our man Laser, bro. This is the MVP right here. This dude has been pulling up almost 90 live streams. Dude, 1000% appreciate you, man. Your support has been phenomenal to keep this thing going. But another round of applause, y'all. I don't have my damn sound effect. But another round of applause for Loretto, man. This guy has been sticking through 100 episodes, low. Holy smokes. 100, dude. How are you? This is your work too, dude. Congratulations.
Hey, man, you love to see it. And as always, thank everybody for watching, man. It's been a blast. I love doing this every single week, and it'd be my genuine pleasure and honor to just continue doing this and rocking this with you, man. I'm happy with this journey, but it's not over yet. So let's keep it chucking, man.
And the hair looking good, brother. I didn't even notice, man. I'm like, you looking good. Got the hair out.
Well, if you wanted honesty, that's... I was in my emo bag, man. I was kind of just having some fun with my hair, so...
Dude, it looks
letting
good,
it bang.
Brother. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, a little bit of Gwen Stacy,
really
like a little bit of Gwen Stacy from Spider-Verse. Like I can almost not wear the wig anymore.
You could just dye the hair, bro. Shit, just go.
Yeah,
for it,
dude,
man.
just get a little bit of pink at the bottom, man. We got my Gwen Stacy on.
Absolutely. We got Redman in the house. What's going on? Yes, we love some Marvel here. Thank you so much.
Hey, Redman, where's Method Man at?
Well, we're Method at. Much appreciated. Tough luck. Thank you so much. But y'all, we have another co-host on this stream who is awesome. I mean, just been phenomenal to have on the show. And we are so very happy to have had her aboard for, I think it's been about 30 or 40 episodes now. So, Ileana, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining us and being on the ship. Thank you.
You're gonna make me cry on a Sunday night. Jeez. It has been like a year since I joined like this gang. I'm honestly I'm a lucky gal. I couldn't have asked for better co-host. I couldn't have asked for a better show. It's just I love being here. I really do. And I love our chats, and I love chatting with you guys in the audience. So really, really happy that it's our first kind of 100th episode, like milestone celebration of many, I hope.
Absolutely.
I wish I had a beverage. All I got is my water.
I'll share.
But we're better for it, Eli.
I know. I got my water too.
Oh, now I'm like, well, I have water too. It's okay.
Aw, she got the good water. I got a
little bit of everything. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
What's that? Some bubbly, or is that some like Chardonnay?
It's a little not sponsored. Okay, unless they want to sponsor it. Little Coronita.
Okay.
Coronita. Y'all know a Coronita is never enjoyed without a lime wedge. Okay?
Oh, you gotta have the lime.
That's a must. Lime. If somebody hands me a Coronita without a lime, I know it's the wrong place.
It's not. You're not in the right area.
Nope.
You're not in.
No, we're not in the right area. We're not in Kansas anymore, baby.
Uh-oh. Look at Laser, y'all. Coronavirus bill. Ooh.
That's kind of funny. I haven't heard that one.
No, I'm here like Jennifer Lopez. Mi gente latino.
And that's pre-COVID, Laser. But
you know who would approve of that message, Eli? I think Dom Toretto would approve of that message.
Family.
Family, baby.
But he gets something, you know. But I'm being demure. We got the little one. This is the little baby one. That's why I said.
Yeah, that's the little cutesy one. The little cute one.
It's a little cutesy one. That's why you can have like 10 at a party, and it's fine. It's all good. But yeah,
absolutely. Hey, I'm share one over here. I'm taking me one with a
cracking a cold one. Cracking a cold one. Here you go. I got too many. I had a birthday party like 2 weeks ago at my house, and there's still like 3 6-packs left. I'm like, I'm giving them away, y'all. I don't want to look like I got a problem with when somebody opens my fridge. Somebody opens my fridge right now, and they're like, what? Are you guys okay? I'm like, no, we had a party, and I'm actually just giving these away at this point.
Party at Elay's. I'm pulling up. I want me a Corona. Then I'm heading over to Lowe's. I want me some fried rice, bro. By the way, he made some fried rice, y'all. That's
By the way, it's Kentucky fried rice. So there's a little bit of a barbecue chicken in there. There's some bacon in there. Little bit of ham. So it's a remix. It's not your traditional fried rice. A little bit of spice too. A little bit of like Cajun spice.
Look at this man. This man, Chef Ramsay on us over here, man. He's cooking it up, man.
Fried rice. That's my bag, baby.
Love that. We all gotta have like our iconic moment.
Absolutely. But y'all, let's cook up some stories here and talk specifically about what's going on with Snow White, y'all. I mean, listen, we gotta take a pulse of the box office, guys. This is our box office pulse, talking box office of the week. And y'all, listen, Snow White has already been dethroned. David Ayer's A Working Man made $15.2 million domestically this week, coming in at number 1, and coming right under that at $14.2 million is Snow White, the live action adaptation, new one starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. Very sad, very unfortunate for Rachel Zegler's career. I'm gonna just say it. It's unfortunate, guys. I mean, what we had, West Side Story wasn't great in the box office. We also had that followed by the Hunger Games movie. She's had this. It's just been like miss after miss. But there's just been so much wrong with Snow White. But let me continue, guys, with the box office order. Number 3, we have The Chosen, The Last Supper, Part 1, which is based off of a popular series, The Chosen. They're rolling out episodes theatrically. That made $11.4 million, which is actually really good for the genre. And then number 4, The Woman in the Yard, the new Universal horror movie, came in at $9.4 million, which sounds low, but it only had a budget of $15 million. So this is a good opening for that. And then number 5, to round out our number 5, is Death of a Unicorn, which did not do as good as A24 wanted, with only $5.7 million, which begs the question, did A24 need to try the more commercial route? Because with this, clearly you got Paul Rudd, you got Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter. They tried to do something a little more box office friendly, a little more blockbustery. And at least so far, it's not quite working. And I wanted one special honorable mention here. We do have number 6, Princess Mononoke, which made $4 million. And it has already dethroned its entire 1998 run.
Let's go.
That's on taste. That's on taste. We love to see it. Best Ghibli movie in my eyes. I'm so sorry.
Phenomenal movie. And by the way, love that this has done that great. Stop with the damn AI Ghibli stuff. Stop with that bullshit. Stop.
Y'all being cringe. Y'all being cringe.
I really hope Studio Ghibli sues.
There's already a cease and desist.
Oh, there is?
I saw a lot of those. Twitter. Take it with a grain of salt. But
a lot of those programs, including like ChatGPT, they can't do, like, if you look up Studio Ghibli, it won't process. Like, it's not allowed. So,
yeah,
crazy.
Studio Ghibli, the person who started like making it viral and posting it on Twitter, apparently received a cease and desist from Studio Ghibli themselves. And I'm like, period. Okay, be cringe. Be cringe, be sued. I will get the popcorn out because it's just, wow. We've all seen it. This is just an affront to art. It isn't. Oh my God, that's my fiance.
What's going on, man?
Hi, baby. Everyone, I told y'all, everyone's watching. I got a house full of people. Everyone's watching over in the living room for the 100th episode.
Hey, we're glad to have y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. But let's talk about the Snow White box office, guys, because I mean, man, like, okay, what do we think it is besides the controversies? Because, like, there we can easily say, GG, we'll just call her that, was a deterrent. Also, Rachel Zegler, for not good reasons, was another deterrent. But besides those two things, what else is it? And for me, I think it's the fact that Snow White is a relic. People, like, I'm like, if I think of Disney princess guys, I'm like Ariel, Jasmine. She's last in my mind, and she was the first to do it. But y'all, I'm gonna
We
throw
went
it to
over
you. Starting with
this.
you, Elay.
We actually like dug into this was it last week or like the week before? We dug into this like, okay, even without all of this like controversy, when you think immediately, oh, a Disney princess, Cinderella, Mulan, Moana, freaking Snow White is the last on that list. Like not even my mom's generation is really that like huge of a fan of Snow White, you know, being so real. And I'm so sorry for anyone who's like, oh, but you know, I love Snow White. I'm sorry, your Loungefly backpack is not in the conversation right now. So I think on top of all, like you have that as a base where you're not really speaking to the audience, like to your target audience. And on top of that, you have all of these controversies where you have people boycotting because of Gal Gadot's political views and Rachel Zegler's political views. And at the end of the day, end result, real life material result, nobody's watching the movie. So at the end of the day, once again, Disney is regurgitating a product at the theaters in a very like slow season, to be quite honest. We still haven't hit the summer blockbuster season really at the theaters, and you're spending a lot of money hedging a lot of bets on this project when at the end of the day you're just recycling old IP and it's not always going to be successful. Whereas versus the case of perhaps a Lilo and Stitch, which Lo and I kind of got into last week, Lilo and Stitch has a lot more relevance with the current generation and the previous generation too. And it's not an exclusively traditional Disney princess story. It's something that has a lot more heart to it, let's say. So yeah, really, really unfortunate because Rachel Zegler is, again, she's very talented. Very, very, very talented. And I think she just has not had the best run with the roles that her agent has gotten her. I mean, since West Side Story, what box office success has she really been in? And it's never really truly been in her fault. She's never been like, even in reviews of like the worst movies, no one's ever been like, oh my God, Zegler was the worst part of the movie. No. It's unfortunate. My 2 cents.
Yeah, and you know, I think about that too when I think of Rachel Zegler's box office, her what she all has been in terms of the box office, how it hasn't performed well. It has never been her fault. The Hunger Games, I'm like, yeah, that's not her fault. West Side Story not doing that great, that's not her fault.
Take Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is not a box office princess, except for Barbie.
Yep. Y2K,
Barbie is a big
not
IP.
Zegler's fault.
And you know what? I actually saw Y2K and I actually enjoyed it.
It looks good. I think it looks super enjoyable. But
I think I was one of 5 people that saw it. Really fun movie. Really fun movie. And she was really adorable in it.
Oh, okay.
You know what's
I gotta get that on
weird
the list.
Y2K is literally like one of several like projects that A24 kind of just let die. Like they didn't push Opus that hard. They didn't push even Death of a Unicorn. I didn't see marketing for that anywhere.
Nobody knows what Death of a Unicorn is. Of course, I'm shocked it's in top 5. I'm shocked.
I'm actually shocked.
Nobody knows what it is.
That's just like pure star power right there, but I don't think it was pushed hard enough at all. Like,
no, they didn't. They really just didn't spend the money on it. I don't know what A24's big bet is this year. I'm going to be so honest with you. It doesn't come to mind right now. But for a studio that made Everything Ever All at Once, they really haven't placed a big bet on a movie in a hot minute in terms of like monetary big bets. In terms of marketing. And I don't know what kind of strategy that is. I saw Opus yesterday. Freaking loved it. I loved Opus. I actually really had an excellent time with Opus, me and a friend of mine who's also an A24 fan. And I was shocked because Lowe's words right here. Your review right here in my mind. So I'm going in with a healthy expectation and I ended up really loving it. But I can understand why not everybody loved it. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's just it's interesting. It's interesting to see. But again, it's really strange strategy. At the end of the day, recession indicator.
Yeah, I think they don't really know what to do after Everything Everywhere at Once, which is weird because you feel like after that it would be like, okay, we have a trajectory of where to go. They said they saw that and they were like, okay, let's do blockbuster. And it's like, but hold on. Don't just want to do the blockbuster. Still have that heart that you had with Everything Everywhere All at Once. But I just want to address our boy G. Kobe. What's going on, man? Welcome to episode 100. Thank you for tuning in, brother. You've been a huge fan as well and coming through the stream. So thank you so much for coming and supporting the stream. We've also got Tanya, CG. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Tanya.
Oh, is that your friend? Hey, welcome.
That's my best friend. It's literally, I hear him just hooting and hollering over in the living room. I didn't think they were going to commit to the bit.
Let us know, Loretto, what you think about this box office, Rachel Zegler, and the top 5, plus number 6, Studio Ghibli. Coming in.
Oh, 6. Yeah, man. I mean, first off, we kind of touched on it last week, and I just think, like, not to regurgitate what we've already been saying, but it's a very old film, the very first animated full feature film, 1937, almost 100 years ago. And that didn't really carry on through the generations, not the same way that maybe Cinderella or like even Fantasia to an extent because of the sorcerer's hat thing and, you know, Mickey in the wizard suit. But like, for whatever reason, Snow White has not stuck with general audiences, especially this particular generation that, like you were saying last week, Leo, grew up with the Renaissance era. And it was such a good era that the Renaissance era just overshadows decades of other Disney animated features that some of them get through, like The Jungle Book and a little bit of a, what was it? Alice in Wonderland made $1 billion for some reason, but I think a lot of that was a combination of Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp was hot at the time. He was like Captain Jack Sparrow, King of the World kind of guy. But yeah, man, I think the rest of the box office is really interesting. Infamously, Jason Statham is just a box office, like he's just a box office king, man. He was in the top 10 last year with The Beekeeper, running it back with A Working Man. I wouldn't be surprised if A Working Man pulls in a decent chunk of change. $40 million budget. That's the kind of movie that Hollywood needs to keep making. Like, keep that budget tight, pull in 15, 20 mil in the opening weekend, you're not hurting. And, you know, as long as like you got a little bit of star power, it's going to have some legs. So hats off to Jason Statham. Always been a big fan of his since his old days with Guy Ritchie. And of course, I got to shout out Princess Mononoke. I actually saw it last night in IMAX, 4K restoration, and it was freaking beautiful. And guys, I got to say, there's such a power to Hayao Miyazaki and the stories he tells, because I've seen this movie like countless times. I still freaking cried last night. Like, I get so invested in the forest, and I get so invested in Ashitaka and Princess Mononoke herself, San, and her wolf tribe. I get so invested, and even the freaking boars. You know, like, I'm so invested in each story that's being told, and especially the argument of like man versus nature, and you know the idea that Hayao Miyazaki is like literally telling us like, why can't we coexist? Because you know, there's nothing, hatred and war only brings destruction for everything. So his messages are always beautiful, and it was so wonderful to see in IMAX.
Oh my gosh. I know that has got to be wonderful, man. You got me over here Googling showtimes. I'm like, hold on.
Dude, get in there, bro.
Later. But we got a compliment, Lo. Oh, I wanted to show you the compliment. Love
hey, Redman.
Hey, yo.
Appreciate you. Yeah. Catch me like an hour from now, like at the karaoke. When I was a young boy.
Now, I'll show up. Lowe's getting, you know, like the extension rumors are already coming in. We're making waves. Oh my gosh. Like, Lowe, how was the trip to Turkey? Like, dude, like the rumor mill is already spicy. You know, you came in with a new look, and you know the stands are going crazy. Any comments?
Oh, I'm just grateful people are like enjoying it. I wasn't sure how it was gonna work, but I mean, if it's working for y'all, it's working for me. So thank you so much. I appreciate the love.
Looking good, brother. Looking good. Yep. Tanya said, love getting to see Ghibli on the big screen. Yeah, man, I gotta catch this one. I ain't seen. I've seen his last one, the Boy and the Heron. Seen that one, and then I think the one right before that. But I gotta see this in theaters. Bro.
Did y'all like? Was it? I don't know if it was like a nationwide thing, but I know here in Puerto Rico we had like one of our local film festivals. Actually during the fall season last year, did a whole Studio Ghibli series and showed the entirety of like the Ghibli catalog on screen, and they were really limited show times.
We had that for Fathom events. They did it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Year, I think. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, that was so successful here, dude. Really cool.
Howl's was playing in one of my theaters like just a few months ago. It was killing it. Full theater. It was awesome.
Love that. There's a lot of like I've been noticing, and our local theater chain here is doing it as well. There's a lot of screenings for throwback movies. Like there's a lot of retro here. They're doing Retro Tuesdays. They're showing Casablanca, dude. They're showing 2001 Space Odyssey. They did a double feature the other day of Before Sunset and Sunrise.
Here's looking at you, kid.
So yeah.
There we go.
It's really interesting, with this box office conversation is what's keeping like theaters alive is showing older movies that people like still trust in and still love, and that studios actually took really big risks to release at the time. So really interesting economic and cultural debate here, and seeing that cross section.
And y'all remember Disney was releasing those. Remember when the actors strike was happening? Disney was re-releasing the Renaissance era. People were packing them theaters out. Exactly. I mean, I was like, wow. I remember walking in the Lion King. I'm like, there's not an open seat in the house.
Yeah,
man. I don't know.
They did like
it says a
they
lot.
did Lion King in like 3D, which I don't think the transition worked that well. But like I was seated and it was a packed house too. So
for sure.
Tyler with the deep cut. Keep that earwig and the witch out the theaters, y'all. Keep it out.
Poor Goro.
Damn, it's rough out here in the streets.
Earwig
roasted, in fact.
Look, how Miyazaki saw earwig and he said, "Nope, let me get back to work." Picked his little paper back up and said, "Let me get back to the studio." They done messed up, y'all.
Y'all are.
He's like, you ain't ready, son.
All right,
that's wild. And then he made boy there. Sorry. No, that's it. That's it.
Problem.
Hey, no, you know what though? Wasn't Boy and the Heron a little bit like he was the grand master of the universe and he needed someone to like keep the blocks up, but the other person like was not wanting it, not worthy.
No, it was not only that, and I also saw a lot of conversation about that, but not only that, but also teaching his son like you don't have to do this.
Oh no, that's true.
Like this is my universe, and sometimes you have to let the universe die.
Yes, yeah.
Dark, but
dark.
Love that movie.
Last comment here, and then we'll move to the next story. Thanos was right. Crazy. Says Captain America still being #1 domestically makes me happy. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I think this is the first time we've seen you. But yeah, Captain America is still riding high as the #1 domestic movie, which might be dethroned by the one that's coming out next week, Minecraft.
Wait, so are we talking about the whole year? It's still #1?
It's still #1 domestic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
Weird to think, but there hasn't been much competition.
That just says how bad the box office is.
Exactly what I was gonna say. It's been a really slow box office.
Here we go.
I mean that, and you know what? That's not on Zegler, and I'm not a Zegler defender, but
hair and makeup. What the fuck?
That's on hair and makeup. That's on that character design. Okay, talk to the guys with the pencils in 1929.
Terrible. I'm sorry. Listen, man, y'all could update the hairstyle, man. We don't gotta have everything look exactly like that. Update the hairstyle, please.
I would say she looked good in West Side Story. I was like, who is this girl?
Oh,
just kidding.
But y'all, let's talk about Avengers Doomsday, y'all, because they dropped the cast for this movie. Only 27 actors were named, and supposedly rumors are there's 50. So they dropped about half of the actors that would be in the movie. But y'all, it was not a traditional live stream where it's like, hey, like Fantastic Four style, where you see the cast come on, press the button, the trailer plays. No, y'all, it was a 5-hour live stream where they revealed names on director's chairs for 5 hours, and every 15 minutes they would move to the next chair. And yes, I was streaming on this channel. It was pretty excruciating, but
Hey, I was with you for about an hour there, brother, and I had to go to sleep.
You were cruising, man. You were cruising along with me. But I want to ask you two, and I want to ask everybody in the comments, what do you think? Is this a dope or nope? Was it a brilliant move or was it a bust? Because at first I was like, man, I hate that they're doing this because I'm a content creator, so I'm pissed. But at the same time, I think as a marketing move, a marketing tactic, this was fantastic. I'm going to go to you first, Lo. What do you think, man? 5-hour live stream, looking at some director's chairs. And also let us know your thoughts on the cast too, and who all is there, who all is missing. Let us know.
So really quickly, I think the initial knee-jerk reaction, I was like, yo, this is whack. Like, because I got in there and I had just gotten off work. I worked graveyard 10 p.m. to 6:30. I was tired, but I was like, oh my God, it's Marvel. I was in there with you, just chatting it up. And then when I realized that first 2 chairs, and then I went to the next one 30 minutes later, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I got to go to sleep. But all that being said, I think Marvel truly it's a flex. It's like they literally had millions of people on the edge of their seats, whether they thought it was dumb or not, or they were mad like me, or they were happy. Everybody was talking about it. If you weren't watching it, you heard about it. So I think, like you said, Leo, I think marketing, it was very, very smart. And I'm not going to lie, I went back to your stream, Leo, because I wanted to like kind of get that feeling of seeing the name for the first time. And I wanted to hear the music and stuff like that. So I heard the Shang-Chi music. I was like, okay, let's go. And then, man, when I heard that X-Men theme, y'all, I was like, stop. And so I think it just kind of shows Marvel still's got the pull. And people on the internet want to say, oh, nostalgia this, nostalgia that. I mean, whatever, man. This is awesome. Like, we're getting Nightcrawler back. We're getting James Marsden back. And I mean, nostalgia or not, this is what people have always wanted to see. Be happy. Like, 5-10 years ago, I feel like people wanted this to happen. And now it's like, oh, Marvel's no nostalgia now. It's like, dude, pick one. Like, the internet will never be happy. But I think this is fun. I think this is cool. It's going to be cool to see Ian McKellen back. That will never get a thumbs down from me. I think as long as they can do it and they give him a proper send-off, I'm here for it.
Man, Tyler's out here like, I never want to see another chair again. I totally understand, but exactly what you said, Lois. A lot of people, but I do think I do have one issue besides how long it took. And I'm gonna go to you, Eli, after I read this comment. But no Scarlet Witch, and I understand that there are more announcements coming, but it is Women's Month, and only named 3 to 5 in the first one was a little, I think, an oversight. Like it's one of those where when you see it, you're like, oh, this was put on by like 5 white men, wasn't it? So like you see these things that happen, and you just know that boardroom don't have nobody in it but copy paper. But Eli, let us know what you think about the cast reveal.
Well, to be fair, I think that's why they led with Vanessa Kirby. Like there wasn't many of them, but at least they led with her, and it was like, okay, Invisible Woman. At least
out of like what? Out of the next like 15, I was like, okay,
that's Marvel saying we're keeping our DEI initiatives.
And by the way, where the hell I'm gonna be mad as fuck if I don't see Halle Berry's name anywhere in this. But anyway, that's that. I'm gonna save my part for into Eli, let us know what you think.
Dude, okay, let's start from the top. Everyone loves a gimmick. Okay. Marvel came up with the gimmick. 5 hours of looking at chairs. Everyone's gonna be, having a little PTSD when they walk into rooms to go now. Okay. That works. You had all eyes on you for continued conversation over hours and hours and hours and hours, rather than a quick, static photo carousel where the conversation is going to be relevant for an hour on the internet, which is nothing. So marketing wise, yes, I agree with you, Leo. I agree with everyone here. I agree with y'all in terms of this really captured people's attention, for better for worse. You had people being curious. You had haters and lovers and fans alike really curious about what is going to be Marvel's next move, because Marvel has not exactly had a huge success since Deadpool versus Wolverine. Okay. But I'm kind of also tired of being like, oh my God, Marvel's back like every other movie. So at the same time, when people are just really, really, and I guess myself included, for at a certain point, chasing that feeling that we wanted from that we got from the Infinity War saga. But the difference between this Avengers team up and the Infinity War saga is that you had 10 years of interconnected storytelling where, more often than not, you had very, very good and critically acclaimed movies within that. Your success rate here overall, though you have a Deadpool versus Wolverine, though you have Spider-Man No Way Home, you have some big hits, but they're not the majority of the last few phases post Endgame. So it is a very, very tricky situation, and there's a lot of baggage that goes behind like developing strategies like this. And at the end of the day, they gotta farm the nostalgia. They have to farm those OG fans, because it's really, really hard to gain new fans, especially in this current state of Marvel. And especially with how they've handled Marvel television, Daredevil not included, obviously. But it is, como te digo, it is very, kind of a double-edged sword with this. There's a lot of criticism that it causes, and there's a lot of excitement that it is causing. I have healthy expectations for this. I really like the cast. I like that, again, they're hedging their bets, and with one of them being Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal, like that Fantastic Four cast was very prominent in these reveals. And we've been talking about this for the past year, guys. Fantastic Four, I feel, is going to be what kind of hard resets the general audience back onto Marvel. There's a lot of good things going for it, and I think with the release, I think having Thunderbolts come before is a really smart move, because I don't think everyone's going to love Thunderbolts, but I think Thunderbolts is going to have a more positive reception than we're really expecting. So again, 2025, Marvel as a studio, as a corporate entity, has been a lot more gimmicky, but at the same time creative with its marketing. It hasn't been the same old, except for Captain America Brave New World. I feel like their marketing there just simply, there was nothing they could have done to honestly have made that work because of the controversy that they were facing. But other than that, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, very promising projects that is gonna kind of make or break this overall long-term success of Avengers Doomsday, in my opinion.
100% agree. And I think I said it on the last stream, or the stream. No, it was the stream that happened right after Captain America. My thought was Captain America 4 is kind of like that last bit of like, oh, we're trying to change things up. We're trying to get back into the status quo. I think that was like the last of that. So I think
it definitely felt like that.
Yeah, I think after that you got Thunderbolts, which I think I agree with you in that maybe not as many people are as anticipating. However, I think that it might be a random box office hit. Like it might be one of those that just like, hey, like actually this was very enjoyable by most audiences. So I think that could be a sleeper hit for them. And then Fantastic Four, yeah, I think that might be the course correction. I would be a little worried if I was, I'm gonna say it. Now, listen, I love Marvel and DC. I would be a little bit worried if I was WB, because
100%.
they are the ones starting. They're the ones that I think they come out after. So it's Jurassic World, Superman, then Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four ending that lineup is I don't know, man. I feel like that's still a death for them. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Superman comes out. It's phenomenal. It's beyond our wildest dreams. That could be great, but I would be worried if I was WB being tucked behind Marvel and they have a project that's like killing it. Again, I know it's Superman. I know that's their biggest character. It's possible that it could deliver and could run the races of a very great box office, legged out box office, but I would be a little worried. Hoping most of these Thunderbolts announcements are fake outs. Yeah, so that's one problem that they had. They did have an issue with announcing these characters, and we were thinking maybe they would die. By the way, we didn't have one. Little old Taskmaster. They basically
She's cooked.
Sentry's coming back.
Dead on
I mean-
arrival, guys.
I mean, I think maybe out of the 27, we could have left the Thunderbolts out.
Yeah, that was my.
Yeah.
I think of
That
the
was my
people they
least
left
favorite
out, I'm
part.
like, yeah, I'm like, Elizabeth Olsen, you don't want to name her if she's in it. You don't want to name Tom Holland if he's in it. The rest of the people,
I guess those are gonna
Scarjo,
be big name reveals. If they're like, oh, we're gonna be revealing more, like they're gonna leave, I think, the best for last if
Mhm.
they're smart about it. You feel me? Because I don't think they really want to give everything away just so soon. Again, I'm one of those people that I will enjoy a Marvel movie way more. Even back then, even like during the Infinity War saga, I wouldn't even watch the TV spots for like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame.
Mhm.
Like that's how
Absolutely.
much I wanted to be surprised by it. So I think that is kind of a smart move, me giving them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, it's really precarious for Superman and
is.
Fantastic Four. And this might be a hot take, but I think their success against each other might boil down at the last minute to their press tours and how successful and viral they are on the internet. As like
Mhm.
superficial as that sounds,
I-
we've already
right.
been seeing it kind of happen with Superman.
And listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Fantastic Four. I love how Superman looks. Don't get me wrong, and this is not me saying I'm Marvel over DC, even though I am. I look at the Fantastic Four and I'm just like way more shook at that trailer. Like I'm just way more excited. But I wanted to point out in this live stream, there was a certain moment when the whole internet went absolutely effing bananas, and it was that X-Men lineup. As soon as they got to Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden,
Kelsey Grammer.
Alan Cummings, which I was like, that last name, wow. What's the name that played Mystique? Names on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, G
But she was-
Mystique. That's what goes hard. That's what goes crazy.
Mystique coming in this thing, these X-Men, the X-Men lineup is fantastic. And I think if you are planning this out, like you were saying, Ilya, it's like you don't want to say Ryan Reynolds, you don't want to say Hugh Jackman, you don't want to say Halle Berry, you don't want to. These are the people that it's like, okay, let's give you guys a taste. We'll give you Professor X, we'll give you Magneto, and we'll give you Cyclops. And here's a couple other surprises too. You get Beast back, you get Nightcrawler. I think that was a better marketing technique. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, we're terrible.
Roman, I think Romaine is how you pronounce the last name. Romaine. Y'all let me know if I'm.
She used to be married to John Stamos. She used to be Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
What? That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy lore.
Yeah, that was like her name before. Yeah, no, and then when they divorced, it was weird not seeing the Stamos part.
That's
crazy. Didn't even know that. But y'all,
Snow White just loaded, like coded.
real quick.
I didn't realize y'all were looking for a name. I would have had that one. I knew who she was.
You knew that. But y'all, let me know. Let us know in the comments, and you too let me know. Dope or nope? I'm going hard dope. This was great. It's a nope on the time commitment part, but a dope on the absolute reveal part. Dope gimmick.
Hey, I almost jumped out of my chair when I saw Tom Hiddleston. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
I was like, yo, Loki's back. Let's go.
What'd you think? Dope or nope, Lo?
Oh, I thought it was dope. And I think it was brilliant too, because I mean, literally, that's all anybody talked about for like 48 hours. Like, hey, did you see the chairs? Holy crap, the X-Men are back. Like, it got people talking.
Dope or nope?
I think it's dope because you know what? I didn't watch the live stream because I was at work, and still I saw the conversation on Instagram. I saw the pictures, and I was like, "Yo, Ian McKellen." Okay, right? I'm intrigued. Like even the most, like me being the most, I guess, let's say conservative, like apprehensive Marvel fan who's been a Marvel fan since 2008, if not before, way before. Even I was intrigued. So you know what? I gotta hand it to them. It works. I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing, because I don't want to set unhealthy expectations, but it is going to be different. It's going to be interesting. So I just hope that they, I hope they hit the landing.
Quick question: who will be in the second round of Doomsday Cast? I'm thinking they end the Doomsday Cast round 2 with Chris Evans. That man
you think
is
you're
in
gonna
this
do
movie.
that for San Diego Comic-Con? Like, are we bringing back Hall H 2025? That would be a smart thing to do, because you know what? That's going to be right with Fantastic Four releasing and right after Superman releasing. So the conversation is going to be about them.
You bring the Fantastic Four cast out, then you start your next line of chairs.
Especially after last year with the Doomsday reveal.
Yes.
Marvel,
the
hire
second to
me.
last person needs to be Tom Holland, and then have Chris Evans come out. Yep. Boom. The internet breaks again.
There you go.
This has got to happen at SDCC. All right, y'all. We got a couple more stories, y'all. Thank you for hanging with us. We've got a few more here. We've got the Legend of Zelda movie. Finally got an update. It is coming to theaters March 26, 2027. Now, we don't know too many other details besides that, but it is directed by Wes Ball, who recently did Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was outstanding in my opinion, and also did the Maze Runner movies. And then we don't know anything about plot. Eli is super close.
I was trying to zoom in on those pillows. I was just, giving some love. I'm just a casual fan. That's all.
A little bit of a Kodo.
These are my children. Hello.
Oh, look at them.
So
that's awesome.
Look at them. Hello, I'm just waiting for my friends.
So cute.
I'm
yes,
casual.
this is awesome. I mean, especially after Tears of the Kingdom coming out, I heard a rumor, y'all, that the plot follows like Wind Waker. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I'm down for Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, or Tears of the Kingdom / Breath of the Wild. I think that's where they gotta go. But Eli, you got the biggest fandom background out of all three of us. Let us know, as somebody who has a lot of Kodaks and a heart container, how you feeling about this news?
I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty good. I just hope that Sorry. Wow. I hope two things. I actually hope two things. I hope Zelda's a good actress, and I hope that she gets good screen time. 1, 2. See, this girl's crazy. I showed her. I had just recently gotten these Kodaks, and as soon as I was like, oh my god, look what I bought. She just punched it. She's like, I hate him. He can't get into his friend, and I'm always gonna waste time in the game with them. And I'm like, what on earth? What kind of a swerve? Get away from my children.
There are two kinds of people, like people that go, "Oh, it's a Kodok," and then the other kind of people that like shoot it with arrows.
Yeah,
beat them up.
Two kinds of people. No, dude. So yeah, I think 1, Zelda should have good screen time. 2, I don't think leaks should speak. I think they should stick to that.
I agree.
I think they should stick to that.
You can make it work.
You can make it work. 1, 2. I think it also forces you to dedicate yourself to really, really good visual storytelling, which is what we see a lot in the video games. Show, don't tell.
Show, don't tell.
Why does it have to be live action, though? Totally agree. This could absolutely be an animated film and be freaking fantastic. And I think it would look better.
It should be. I'm gonna just say it, and I know this wasn't gonna happen. It was my hope. It was my dream. I was like, Studio Ghibli should have just picked that up, man.
100%.
This would have been perfect for them, but I get it. They probably don't want to wrestle with no IP. I understand. I'm like, shit. That studio has its business. They know what works for them, and they probably feel like, we go the IP route. Maybe not. So
it's so strange, though. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's so strange just because Nintendo had such success with an animated Super Mario Brothers film.
Yeah.
So why live action? Perhaps they're gonna go kind of. I don't know if this is the best comparison, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. It's giving like the Dungeons and Dragons route, where they did a live action, but so like they want something that has a medieval fantasy feel in live action, which does well with audiences. Though Dungeons and Dragons had the poor circumstance of the pandemic during its release, but
Yeah.
post-pandemic, when it released on Netflix, again, the people who did see that movie really loved that movie. I loved that movie, and it's
That
really
movie deserved
fun.
better. It was
It is
so good.
It
such a
does. It
fantastic movie.
does.
So if perhaps they do something in that vein, in that kind of Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings vein, where we have very good production design, could work. Could very well work. Again, I still believe animation is film, and it could have been very well been
Absolutely.
animated, and it's just a strange move, especially considering Nintendo we did not have a live action Super Mario Brothers. I'm like, let's be so real.
Well, besides that 90s blunder. But I mean,
We're not gonna talk about that.
like that one is just banished to the shadow realm. We won't talk about that. So this is a great comment. Thank you for highlighting that, Lo. I want to talk briefly about the Avi Arad. I totally understand where people are coming from with Avi Arad, but we got to realize that he's been with Marvel since Blade. He has been, he produced, let me go down the list, y'all. Blade, X-Men, Blade 2, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Hulk, X2, The Punisher, Spider-Man 2, Blade Trinity, X-Men The Last Stand. This man has had his mark on almost every non-MCU Spider-Man or Marvel film, excuse me. So that includes Into the Spider-Verse, y'all. That includes Across the Spider-Verse. So I understand why we're a little apprehensive about Avi Arad, because he has had some drama. He did derail the Amazing Stuff. He also did the Spider-Man villain universe, but also he did have his hands on Spider-Man No Way Home. He actually executively produced Spider-Man No Way Home. Into the Spider-Verse, he was a producer. Spider-Man Far From Home, he's exec. So, like, I understand why people don't like Avi Arad, and I understand that, like, seeing that name kind of brings the jitters. But let's not forget, the man has been on every Marvel project outside of the MCU. But Lo, let us know, man, what you think. Legend of Zelda fan, I know you a big old LOZ fan. Let us know, man.
Oh man, I have spent many a day in Hyrule cooking potions and elixirs and dreading the day I have to fight all the big monsters. But yeah, I don't know. I feel exactly the way you guys do. I feel like I thought the natural route after Super Mario Brothers was do Zelda, maybe we get like a Smash Brothers universe. But they went live action and we have a date. That kind of makes me nervous. I really hope they don't rush this project. Like the fact that they have a hard date, 2 years from now, I appreciate them giving it to us, but I'm like weary of the process. This is such a big production. I hope they don't, rush the storytelling and they don't fumble this, because it's such a beloved franchise. It deserves time. Like in my opinion, the time and care that James Cameron put into like something like Avatar, that's what you would want to see for Legend of Zelda. You wouldn't want to see like, hey, in 2 years, it's going in production. I don't know, in 5 months, we're going to put it out. It's like, it just feels really, really fast forwarded. And I hope that they still take care in making it. So.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. Like, please no Tom Holland is Link. Please no.
Please no.
I love I love him as Spider-Man, but I mean, Uncharted, Legend of Zelda, it would just be too much, man. Like, no. But yeah, I agree with you, Lo. Like, take the time. So I'm glad we're announcing that this release date is 2 years from when it was announced. So it's like, okay, hopefully they're taking some time and care, because we don't want another Super Mario Brothers 90s. We don't want that again, y'all. Listen, guys. I really wanted this to be animation, but if they can make it work live action, then we will start seeing, y'all, the dethroning of superhero movies and the throning of adaptations. Because we will start getting this. We got Naruto on the way. Like all the anime and video game adaptations, I think are your next CBM. I think. Might be wrong. But I think video game adaptations, anime adaptations, I think that's...
I mean, look at Last of Us. Look at The Last of Us. Look at
100%.
Sonic. Look at Super Mario Brothers.
Mario.
Like,
yep.
So it's a very, very interesting landscape. And as well, I think there's also, and we talked about this like recently with the release of Nosferatu, and Nosferatu did relatively well at the box office. We're also seeing a return to genres and styles and universes that we saw a lot in the late 90s and the early 2000s. We're going back to Gothic. We're going back to medieval. We are getting away from the superhero contemporary universe that has been very well loved, but people are at this point still, despite the success that this Doomsday announcement had, in general, people are really exhausted by. And at the end of the day, people want something new. And the cultural media cycle that's happening right now, everything has such a short lifespan that to the point that I saw a post the other day, throwback to Lily Rose Depp's looks for the Nosferatu tour, press tour. That was 3 months ago. That's crazy. Throwback.
By the way, Robert Eggers will single-handedly drag us back into the Gothic medieval, whether we like it or not.
I love it. Bring me more. I love it. I want 14 of them.
And we got Werewolf coming. So he is here for us.
Hell yeah. No, I think again, it's kind of, I hope, fingers crossed, it's a return to form. I think it's a return to form, us as a society. Again, I've been seeing this meme a lot. Recession indicator ? I don't know, but we're all trying to, seek comfort of simpler times.
Yeah, hopefully no recession. We don't want that. But yeah, I 100% agree with that. That things are such short living now that the moment a movie comes out next month, it's gone, bro. It's in the past. It's crazy because little nerdy thing here. I study trends.google.com. I study Google Trends and stuff. And so I'll look at trend maps, and there's a peak. There's always a peak at where it's the most searched. Most topics, y'all, have a peak for a few hours, if that, and then it's just bloop right back down to the bottom. It just is the way things are now with social media moving so rapidly. But last but not least, y'all, something that just has taken over social media by storm due to the live action show happening and then a movie on the way. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Steven Yeun cast in Avatar Aang movie, the upcoming one that Nickelodeon and Paramount Studios are working on with the future gang, where we'll get to see them as adults. Now, we've had him play a character in Avatar before. If you guys didn't know, Legend of Korra. I know you do know, but unless the chat didn't know, he played Avatar 1 in Legend of Korra, the very first Avatar. But there's a little bit of back and forth online that speculation is that he is actually replacing Dante Basco, which to me is a little bit of a rug pull. I wanted to see Dante Basco back as Zuko. I like Steven Yeun. I do. I would love for him to be Avatar 1 because I like Dante Basco, man. That's just such an iconic voice. I really hope they don't get rid of Basco, but that's just what I'm hearing, that they want to replace some of the voice actors. They already got Aang's cast, so he's not Aang. Lo, where you sitting, man? Because I know you're a huge Avatar fan as well. How do we feel about Steven Yeun? Do we think he's Zuko? Maybe another character or one?
I hope not, man. Because this. I am Dante Basco is Filipino Hall of Fame right there, man. We don't got many on the big screen, and he revolutionized my life by being Rufio in Hook. So I'm a huge Dante Basco fan. I really hope they don't. He still has a great voice. So there's no sense in replacing Zuko. But with that being said, though, I also love Steven Yeun, and I'm excited that he's a part of the cast. I just hope that anybody but Zuko. So
right. Well, you can be Sokka, you can be anybody, just not Zuko. Ile, how you feeling?
I mean, man, I got my wires crossed because I was like, wait, is this live action too? Wait, no, this is supposed to be it is animated. Thank God.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I really don't what's the point? It's animated. We have all of our voice actors still sounding perfectly well. And even if they don't sound exactly the same as they did 20 years ago, these characters are now adults. So having these voice actors mature a little bit more is actually beneficial to the story. I think the rumors are a little hooey, a little baloney. I think Stephen Wen is just going to be playing the first Avatar, and I'm just going to stay delusional about that. That's how I'm going to stay about that.
Hey, no, I feel that because I'm like, I really don't want him to be Zuko.
No,
Dante Basco.
it wouldn't work. It wouldn't sound. It just wouldn't feel right. I just honestly, because it's such, again, like you said, Lo, it's such a distinct voice. It's such a distinct character that I'm so sorry if you try to change it. I'm gonna barf. Like, it's gonna be weird. I'm gonna walk out, dude.
For real.
Like, it's I'm gonna feel itchy about it. Like, truly, it's just not gonna work. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think genuinely the smartest move is just to have him come back either as a different character or as the character he played in Legend of Korra. And I think it would be really interesting to have it be revealed that Aang did contact or try to connect with that first Avatar.
That would be so cool.
I think that would be a gag. I think that would be a gag at the ball. So again, there's something just so rich and delicious about this universe of characters and lore that if they keep pushing the envelope, it's gonna work. It's gonna work so much better. Oh, look at that.
Yep. Yeah. So Zuko's son, General Iroh in Korra, also voiced by Dante Basco. And I think that's his grandson. But yeah, super cool to have him have that continuity throughout and I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I might be misremembering, but I think that Zuko as an adult is voiced by the Iroh voice actor.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, they kind of flip flopped, but that was old man Zuko though.
yeah, old man Zuko. So we do have a cast. We got,
I'm sorry, just old man decrepit. So it's all good.
Yeah, that man is. Dave Bautista as the villain, and Eric Nam will be Aang. And so I'm looking at this cast list. We've got Diane Kwan as Toph, Jessica Martin as Katara, Roman Zaragoza as Sokka. I'm not sure who that is. I think all of these people who are actually voicing the characters are of the same race. So you have Asian characters voicing like for Toph and for Aang, and then you have Native American indigenous people, because I think this Katara actress is actually from Canada. So you have indigenous actors voicing Sokka and Katara, and I do respect that, and I do really like that. So bring back Dante Basco, because I'm like, this man would be voicing a character of the same ethnicity as him. So I think that he needs to absolutely come back. And maybe I'm wrong with my ears here, but I'm like, I think in terms of voice, I think that Dante Basco's voice is maybe a drop deeper than Steven Yeun. So I'm like, it'd be kind of weird to have Zuko's voice regress.
It's true. Dante Basco's also 10 years older than Steven Yeun. So
like, again, that would be weird to regress and be like, yeah, let's get a younger guy, but we'll see what happens. I love the idea that you presented of Aang and Wan connecting. And I think if that's like a big piece in this film, this shit's gonna make money. That's all I know. Money.
100%.
Money.
Love that. Really, really, really interesting though. I really love to see more, I guess, just 2D animation in general, or animation in general, just come to the theaters and have different stories that are not necessarily, not that there's anything wrong with having films for a younger audience, having films for children, but usually adults find their stories told through animation, through series. We don't get it as often through films in theaters, and this is something that really, really could do well at the box office because of that. Because we're targeting an audience that usually isn't serviced in the box office.
Yeah, 100%. And this is going to be hand drawn with a little bit of CG elements, but it's gonna be hand drawn. And I'm like,
that's so cool. I love the sound of that.
Yes, absolutely. But y'all, that wraps up the roundup, guys. Thank y'all for joining us for Roundup 100. Oh, stylized animation apparently, like Puss in Boots and Spider-Verse.
Very
Wow,
true.
I'm sold. I'm sold. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining, y'all. It has been a blast riding with you guys. We will be back not next week, but the week after for episode 101. And guys, we're gonna want some comments. Let us know your questions. What questions you have for the panel, you guys, because we're gonna be doing an AMA style where it's just ask us questions, ask us anything. Let us know. And I will go around the horn real quick and get everybody social. And let us know what you got coming up on your respective platforms, y'all. Starting with you, Elay. What you got coming up and where can the people find you?
Oh my gosh, I'm not used to going first. Okay, you can find me at Captain Melendez on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I just left my little Opus rating over on Letterboxd yesterday, and I gotta, release my little reaction for that. But very excited for that movie. You can also follow the Puerto Rico Critics Association at PR Critics over on Twitter and Instagram. You can see everything that the local critics are saying here about latest box office releases, and so much more. And be sure to tune in pretty much every Sunday on Geekly Goods Live. This is a great show, and if it's your first show, if it's your 100th show, you should tune in.
Absolutely. Come on back, y'all. We'll be chopping it up about movie news every single Sunday. Not next Sunday, though. Sunday after next.
Not next Sunday.
not next. Lo, let us know, man. What you got coming up? Where can the people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I am a proud editor and critic for the Cinema Spot. The San Jose Film Festival CineQuest just concluded a few days ago. I will be reviewing Freaky Tales from that film, Oakland-based film starring Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, Dominique Thorne. Fantastic Pulp Fiction-esque grindhouse comedy / thriller. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's super fun. I'll have a review for that before it premieres this weekend for everybody. We also have reviews for Mickey 17, Black Bag, Ash, the Flying Lotus horror film making buzz on the internet. Check us out on all socials at The Cinema Spot and thecinemasspot.com.
Y'all go check them out over at The Cinema Spot. They are pumping out content, y'all. They got a team. And let me tell y'all, when Lo is excited about a movie, you love to hear about it. So absolutely go read his reviews. Definitely come check him out here on the live stream, guys, because like I said just now, this man Lo, when he's excited about a movie, I get excited. Like, I get hype as hell. He was excited about Princess Mononoke, and I'm over here Googling showtimes, y'all. Like, I'm going to have to sneak over to that tonight. But y'all, thank you so much for coming out, guys. Throughout the week, I will be covering CinemaCon. I'm not going to be there, but I will be covering CinemaCon based on what is talked about on Twitter and what I hear about on the down low, y'all. There might be some things, a couple scoops I might be able to tell you, but definitely be sure to tune into the channel, guys, because I will be dropping shorts and videos on that all throughout the week. Tomorrow we got Sony, so Spider-Man 4 news very well might be there. Now, I don't know, though. We might also get a little Beyond the Spider-Verse. I don't know. Remember, this ain't no intel, y'all, so I don't know. But definitely stay tuned because you will have all the updates here, guys. And stay tuned on Twitter because I'll be tweeting about it as well. And then not next Sunday, Sunday after next. And I just wanted to give one last little shout out. What's up, John? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. I actually met him at the YouTube Creator Collective here in Denver back on Wednesday. So thank you for dropping in, man. We started at 7:00 p.m. our time. So if you catch the next stream, not next Sunday, but Sunday after, come on back at 7, man. We'll be chopping it up. But y'all, thank you so very much for tuning in. 100 episodes, guys. And we'll see you on episode 101. Peace out.